Neil Diamond is the jazz singer. The story of a man who finds love with a woman who believes in him and finds himself torn.
You can't change what has always been.
Between his own dreams and the dreams of his father.
No, son.
The Jazz Singer. A very special happening. Rated PG. Now playing. Check newspapers for theaters.
Welcome to the latest episode of the B-Movie Club. I'm your host, Kevin. With us is Aaron.
Hey!
This week we'll be discussing the 1980 drama classic, musical classic, The Jazz Singer, starring Neil Diamond, Sir Laurence Olivier, Lucy Arnaz. Anybody else I'm forgetting?
The guy from Car Wash.
The guy from Car Wash. Ernie Hudson from The Ghostbusters. He's in it very, very, very briefly. A few other random people you might recognize.
Maybe, maybe not, but
Maybe.
who cares?
Indeed. Least of all us.
Yes.
Go ahead and go to our page on Facebook, Original B-Movie Club, and give us the big thumbs up. Go to our page on YouTube, at Katie9575, and subscribe. It's totally free. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, at The B-Movie Club.
What if we charged? Would we get more likes that way? Because then it's like an exclusive club.
Somehow, I'm thinking the opposite. Okay? Good times.
All right, for now it's free.
For now, it's free. For now, and probably...
Be a charter member.
If you follow us, you get all the latest updates whenever I post a new video, any interesting links I might find. It's really in your own best interest.
I think so.
I'm doing you a favor by even mentioning
That's
it.
right. By even talking
By
to
even
you,
talking
we're doing
about
you
it.
a favor.
And in the continuing series of bizarro film choices, Aaron has decided we're going to be doing The Jazz Singer this week.
It was a pivotal film in my youthful development.
Pivotal in the sense you pivot right out of the theater. Okay? So why don't you fill us in? What is The Jazz Singer?
All you need to know about The Jazz Singer is Neil Diamond is in it. Really, that's the reason why anyone went to go see it. I'm sure there are some people who are not Neil Diamond fans, but I'm not sure I know who those people are. This was a must-see movie since everyone grew up being forced to listen to Neil Diamond by their parents, and then later on we all became giant Neil Diamond fans ourselves. Not only did I go see this movie at the theater, I went out and bought the soundtrack. I think it was Columbia House, so I'm not sure I actually paid for it. It may have been one of my 12 records for a penny offer that I then just defaulted on. But Neil Diamond, what a sexy man. What a voice.
You're going a bridge too far on that one. Okay, so he plays the son of a cantor in the Jewish faith. They're the singers. They do their thing. He's very devout. He's married to a very devout woman. And his plan, since growing up, is he will follow in the father's footsteps and become the temple cantor.
Right.
However,
in his heart of hearts, he knew he was a rock star, and he was not going to be satisfied just singing in mass.
Rock star, adult contemporary star, perhaps. Easy listening star, maybe. Rock star.
I think the sequin shirt moves you from adult contemporary to rock star.
So he sneaks out of temple from time to time to meet up with his African-American buddies, and they go and perform in clubs. He writes a lot of music as well. In one pivotal scene, he is brought in, and controversial, he has to wear blackface.
Because he's supposed to be part of like a group of like 5 black guys who are in kind of an R&B band, although the song was not R&B.
No. And he's to perform in this all African-American club, he has to, I don't know, you can't perform if you're white? I don't know.
It's some kind of interesting reverse racism.
It's all very interesting.
Anyway, I somehow managed to block that scene from my head. I mean, they say it's an homage from the original Jazz Singer. It's a little Al Jolson. But the minute they shift to him and he's in blackface, you're like, oh, sweet
with a huge
Jesus.
fake afro. It's very
fake
offensive.
afro. It was so bad. With the giant star of David necklace. And strangely enough, because he had the Star of David necklace, that's how everyone in the audience realized he wasn't black.
What, Sammy Davis Jr.?
Sammy Davis Jr. was Jewish. Come on.
There you go.
I think that really is not it. It was bad.
Eventually, the call of Hollywood leads him out there to write music, to become a star, not just sing for the Lord, but to sing for the unwashed masses.
The unwashed. That's how he shares his gift from God.
So, this causes problems with his wife and his father. They're very upset about this. While he's in LA, he meets Lucy Arnaz, what's her name? Molly?
Yeah, Molly.
Molly Rubin, something like that. I don't remember what her name is.
Anyway, as you guessed, with the rock star lifestyle, he turns his back on religion, leaves his wife, and runs off with the apparently hot ticket. The hot ticket devil woman, Lucy Arnaz.
I mean, the passion, the energy that just radiates when they're with each other on the screen. Yeah, not at all.
Oh
it's very
my God.
upsetting.
You can almost see them each cringe with each touch.
Along with the audience, frankly. It's very upsetting. I don't want to spoil everything, although there is an interesting musical montage where the pressure gets to old Neil, and he leaves the studio, goes on the road to become a country western singer. It was all very bizarre. It was like in Victorville or...
Yeah, Victorville. That's where they filmed his, supposedly in Texas. Whatever.
I can't explain it. So anyway, moving right along. What do we know about the behind-the-scenes aspect? This was the only movie where Neil Diamond appeared in where he plays a character and does not play himself.
There's a very good reason for
What is that reason?
At least he was smart enough to realize he is no actor. Dear God.
Oh, good times.
Stiff as a board. Oh, terrible. Terrible. No passion. The only parts that are good is, of course, when he's on stage. Because
he's just himself.
Then he's just Neil Diamond.
Wearing his sequin shirts, his big bushy sideburns. They're ridiculously huge, but I mean, they're like lamb chops.
Oh, but that was the style.
That was the style, I guess. And it's really upsetting. His lack of acting ability is just stark when he's up against Sir Laurence Olivier, who's such a good actor that he could pull off Jewish. He's an English guy, Anglican church, clearly the poster child of not being Jewish.
He always plays Jewish, I thought.
He often does.
From Boys from Brazil?
Boys from Brazil.
Oh, now that's a film.
That is a film. Gregory Peck.
Oh, it's a classic.
Good time. Steve Gutenberg is in that.
That's right.
Shockingly enough. Yeah. This is neither here nor there. He's Jewish, he's a Jewish cantor in this. He's a Jewish Nazi hunter in Boys from Brazil. Movie 2 years before that. Mm-hmm.
He should have retired.
He plays a Nazi in the Marathon Man. So he's wide range.
Oh, I love the Marathon Man.
He can do it all.
That's good.
He can do it all.
And not this.
Evidently this movie was such a flop. The soundtrack made like twice as much money, 3 times as much money as the film made.
I believe it.
Now why? Why was the soundtrack such a huge hit?
Because Neil Diamond was huge, and that was the only reason anyone went to this. If it was Steve Gutenberg in The Jazz Singer against Laurence Olivier, we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
I might be talking about it, but no one else in the world would be. Steve Gutenberg's mom wouldn't be talking about it.
That would be direct to Betamax, I think.
Sadly. But that soundtrack had 3 brand new Neil Diamond hits written just for the movie. What are those songs?
Love on the Rocks.
Love on the Rocks.
Ain't no big surprise.
Ain't no big surprise.
Hello again.
Hello again. Hello. And?
Is that America?
America, which is there, but it's just kind of at the beginning and at the end. It's like, okay, they're immigrants, I guess. That's important. Interesting note, the movie's called The Jazz Singer. No jazz.
No jazz.
He doesn't sing
no jazz, no acting, no clear plot. There's a lot of no's.
It's rough. Sir Laurence was basically at death's door and had decided, I need to do as many movies as I can to provide for my family. I don't care what it's basically doing the Nicolas Cage thing right about now, where it's just like Bangkok Dangerous, sign me up. Season of the Witch, count me in. That's basically what Sir Laurence was doing at this stage.
They claimed this was his first role that he took just for the money and immediately regretted it. As he should have.
Good times. He even badmouthed it, like in public. He did not care for it. He told friends, hey, people came up to him, hey, I can't wait to see that new movie. And he said, do yourself a favor, don't go see it.
He badmouthed it to so many people, got back to the director, and he had to go and apologize.
Right. The second director, because the first one was fired, it was not a good situation. Neil thought he was going to be the next, like Frank Sinatra. Hey, I sing a little, I do a little bit of acting.
No. At least he was smart enough to realize he needed to retire from the acting biz.
Sadly.
And you know what? Laurence Olivier wasn't that great. I was reading that they had to reshoot him like 3 times, but they would never tell him why.
Right.
He was so overacting, it was ridiculous. So by doing it over and over, you know, his energy level would drop until they finally got a usable scene.
That's very upsetting.
And frankly, it's still over at the top.
It makes me want to tear my clothes.
My son is dead!
At least his acting career was dead at that stage again. It's very upsetting.
Yikes, it was no Wuthering Heights, I'll tell you that, friend.
No Wuthering Heights. No Hamlet.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, nothing, man.
Very upsetting. What else?
Oh, at one scene during the awkward making love scene with Lucy Arnaz, who also has no acting chops. She should have stayed on the Love Boat. Neil Diamond has like a giant zit on his arm. It's like red and angry. I'm like, where was the makeup artist for that? They should put a little concealer. They should have lanced that boil, something. But your eye, at the time, just goes to it. You're like, ew. And then you see her hand brush by it. Ew.
Evidently, the original Jazz Singer was a play, and then
I thought you were going to say he had a big zit in the
I'm not going to talk Al Jolson in the original. Well, it was a play that kind of had an important message, kind of the same kind of thing where it's like, you know, you're from a devout Jewish family. The expectation is you're going to follow along in the faith, but you've got this need, this desire to share your musical gift. Now, granted, when they made the movie, it became very dated very quickly and frankly kind of offensive. They weren't going for offensive at the time, but allegedly, I don't know, I wasn't there. But, you know, times change, opinions, feelings about race change, so it became kind of offensive. However, they wanted to bring back the central message.
They claim it was an homage.
Yeah, they still added a dash of offensivity to it.
That's right, how could they not?
How could they not? It was very upsetting. Good times.
And Lucy Arnaz, what were they thinking of?
What was the audience thinking?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I remember walking out thinking this was fabulous, and where can I get the album? Obviously, my taste has changed since... What year did this come out?
1980.
1980, since my freshman year of high school. Apparently, I matured in my taste. But bless you, Neil Diamond, you were a hot ticket, I think. You still call me up.
This movie currently has a 15% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
So only 15% of like the apple is bad, the rest is good? Is that what that means?
Pretty much. It means only 15% of all the critics gave it a positive review.
Oh, it's like a reverse.
Which I'm shocked that there were that many that liked it, frankly. It's very upsetting. Moving away from bizarro Neil Diamond films, we're going to be doing the horror suspense classic, The Sixth Sense, with Bruce Willis. And
that's not a B movie.
Yeah, none of these are B movies, except for The
I love
Singer,
The Sixth Sense.
Great. It is streaming instantly on Netflix, so rush out and see it. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to go to our page on Facebook, Original B Movie Club. Give us the thumbs up. Go to our page on YouTube and hit the subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at the B Movie Club. Remember, any favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, questions, or movie suggestions, I'd love to hear what you have to say. As you know, we end every episode with a totally out of context quote, and here it is.
I want more boom, boom, boom.
What was the other one?
You want maybe a nice piece of gefilte fish?
Yeah. So choose the one that you find least offensive. How about that? So thank you for joining us. Aaron, thank you very much.
You're welcome as always, Kevin.
I do not thank you for the movie idea, but...
Hey, I wanted the double whack pack, Jazz Singer and Yento. Papa, can you hear me?
Yeah, that makes one of us. So thank you for joining us. Next week, The Sixth Sense, and be well.
Live long and prosper. Oops, there we go. Live long and prosper.